of Matchmaking in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. My name is George Payne, and this is a Petra-Kucha-inspired matchmaking process for impact investing because I believe that I can teach you all how to create the basis for an impact investing network using just these slides right here, these talking points, and you all in the audience. All right, are you ready? Yeah. All right, so this is the metaphor of the bridge. The bridge is often used to connect people, places, resources, information, and intentions. Now, what do I mean by intentions exactly? Well, businesses these days have an uncanny ability to actually expose what the backing of the intention was out in the field. So, if you don't know anything about impact investing, the idea is that you're able to create or use your deliberate social intentionality to kind of move an impact into a community somewhere out in the world where there's something that you really feel inspired about changing, something that you really want to have an impact on. And we're going to use your ideas today in order to create a social impact investing network. There's some things that are missing. When you take that deliberate social intentionality and you mix it with place-based venture capitalism, the idea is that you're able to create a social impact. And these two components are great, but they're not able to do things alone in order to create a new vision of the world. So are you ready? I need some ideas as to what really bothers you out in the world. Give me some ideas.
Gender inequality.
Gender inequality, all right. Another one, go.
Chronic hunger.
Chronic hunger. One more.
Lack of punctuality.
Punctuality. All right. These are some really good ideas. All right, now we need you all to vote. Are you ready? So who's thinking about, in the world, they're really passionate about changing gender inequality? Overwhelming. Chronic hunger. Okay, still a lot, but not as many. Okay. And punctuality? Nice! We got two, actually, but I feel about that one too. All right. So it looks like we're going to go with gender inequality. The idea that you're going to be able to create a business network that actually has some sort of impact, positive impact on gender inequality is going to be able to come to fruition. So I need gender inequality to stand up. Somebody come up here for gender inequality. You're going to be the social entrepreneur. Come on. All right, so this is Ishwar. Ishwar is credited with being one of the very first social entrepreneurs because he was able to recreate the Bengali alphabet during the Bengali Renaissance. But you can be social entrepreneurs too, just like these two folks right here. So using the ideas that these folks have right here, you're going to use venture capital to kind of create their vision of the world. And venture capital can be used to create t-shirts, other small mechanized things, little trinkets, and even save animals. But the idea is that we're going to focus on gender inequality. So we're going to need an investor in the next slide. Are you ready? So go ahead and call out, how much is gender inequality worth to you? How much are you willing to invest in order to change the impact of gender inequality in the world? Go ahead. Somebody, throw out a number. How much are you willing to invest?
$1 million.
$1 million. Does anybody else want to match that?
Sure.
1 million. Boom, you're there. Go ahead and take a spot up there next to them. $1 million. All right, but money and social entrepreneurs do not make change in the world. Very unfortunate. But we often see that people have deliberate social intentionality and they try to push it through a business and it just simply doesn't go anywhere. I mean, even the Shell Foundation believes it is having a social impact, but honestly, pulling oil out of the ground just isn't doing it. So, what is the missing element? You got any ideas? Any ideas as to what's missing here? I know.
You are.
Something's missing.
Community buy-in.
Community buy-in is really, absolutely.
Commitment.
All of these things are actually tied into the idea that what you need is mentorship. Mentors are the conduit for taking money and taking good ideas and pushing them to a place where you can actually create good social impact in the world. The money and the people with the great ideas are great, but there needs to be somebody who can support all these services. This is Dwayne. Dwayne has been my mentor for many years, and to give you an idea of how he's been able to support me over my lifetime, he's very basic things, food, water, shelter, of course, but then he's also provided me advice and resources, and he's connected me to people in my life that have, helped me get here. And I think those are really important. So that's just an example of a really good mentor. So now we need an example of a great mentor from the audience. Who's willing to mentor this thing? Take this thing and infuse it with dedication. I need a hand. Somebody with a hand out there who wants to be a mentor. Get up there, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right. This group of ladies is actually going to make gender inequality go away, if you can imagine that. All right? All right, how are we going to do that? Well, we have the group of social entrepreneurs who bring social intentionality. We have the venture capitalist group who's going to infuse that with some money. And we have a passionate and dedicated mentor who's up there to actually help people. But how does this whole thing actually happen? It starts with conversations, a lot of them. You have to be able to talk and talk and talk about the fact that your ideas are actually really connected. You start with the idea of what are we doing? What do we bring to the table? You start with a business canvas, some accounting skills, the fact that you need to be able to travel to certain areas in the world. You're going to have probably a part in this impact, but you're still going to need to rely on other people outside of that. So the second thing you're going to want to talk about, ladies, is who is doing the rest? If you're going to have an impact in the world, it's not going to just be you four. You're going to need people from the community to actually be able to work with you. And that's going to be able to create impact. It's going to grow. It's going to be a network. And you're going to feel that multiplication, that exponential growth over time. The last part of what you're really going to want to talk about is the impact worth the effort? Now, clearly we feel passionate about the fact that gender inequality is ruining our lives. But you're talking about creating a business model based on the fact that you want to see that change happen in the world. So you're going to want to talk about the philosophy behind it. You're going to want to be able to inspire other people and really talk about the fact that it's going to change their lives too, especially them. All right. And that is the basis of creating a social impact network. You have 4 people up here who have dedicated their lives to the fact that they want to slow gender inequality or eliminate it all entirely, and they have the ability, with the fact that they have a network and conversations, to do that. And you have it too. To say it one more time, I can have an impact.
I can have an impact.